So I was bored as hell today and I didn't know what to do in my life as always. So I thought why not make this video? I'm gonna make this video about one of the most controversial dictator. So today I'm gonna talk about the worst dictator you've never heard of. Trust me, he wasn't just bad. He was so funny and he was so hilarious that people could not understand his humor. They took him for wrong. And I'll try my best that YouTube does not shadow ban this video of mine or deletes my channel because I love my channel. And for this video, I'm just gonna call this guy Noodle. Don't ask why. This is cause I'm just hungry right now. So let's begin. First up, our Noodle guy. He was obsessed with his mustache. He spent more time grooming that tiny thing than he ever did in running his country. Seriously, he hired a whole bunch of people just to make sure that it was perfectly crooked and of the right shape. Imagine that, a dictator who values his mustache more than ruling an entire freaking country, than doing his actual job, which was killing people, executing them. Priorities, right? And that wasn't the only thing that made Mr. Noodle famous. Noodle loved giving speeches. But there's a catch. Nobody in the crowd could really understand a word that was coming out of his mouth. It was just him who could understand it. He used to stand there, shout and rant for hours and nobody would understand shit. He'll even wave his arms like a crazy person. While his audience, they are just staring at him blankly, probably thinking, is this guy for real?
Spoiler alert.
He wasn't.
You know what that means? Fish!
As today's generation Gen Z, we give a lot of importance to how you dress. We give a lot of importance to fashion. That matters a lot to us, but not to this dictator guy, because he had the worst fashion sense in history of dictators. Picture this, a dictator who everybody's scared of, who's just walking around in mismatched pair of socks. And his pants, they were always too short, like he was from a nursery school, just roaming around on a field trip. He used to wear the boots that squeaked every time he walked. I bet this is the same boots as boots from Dora the Explorer used to wear. Intimidating, isn't it? I mean, how come you can take someone seriously when they sound like a rubber duck?
But most of all,
Hey, settle down. Take it easy. What the scout?
I am Adolf Hitler, commander of the Third Reich. Little known fact, also 2 points in Mike.
And that wasn't all. Let me tell you something nice, something secret that nobody knows about. Our guy Noodle, he was a genius. He went around building these super secret bases where he could hide a nuclear disaster and we could all die. But guess what? The bases were too secret that he couldn't find them himself half of the time. He was just roaming around with his soldiers for nothing, wasting their time. His soldiers, they would spend hours searching for their fearless leader, only to find him lost in his own cave. Bravo, Noodles, bravo. I wonder if the interior of his secret base used to be the shape of a mustache. And at the end, for the final boss fight, our guy Noodles, he went nuts because his wife probably left him. And matter of fact, this guy was so screwed that he married his own sister. And finally the time came when he went completely nuts. The ultimate blunder. Noodles, our guy with cute mustache and his all infinite wisdom, declared a war on the ocean. Yep, you heard it right. I'm not high on any shit. I'm speaking the truth. Our guy Noodles declared a war on the ocean.
Nine, 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 nine.
You might be wondering why? Well, he ordered his navy to attack the ocean because, just because, he thought the waves were plotting against him. And let me spoil the fight for you.
Spoiler alert.
At the end, the ocean won. Who would have thought that, right? Our guy Noodle could have theoretically absorbed all the water from the ocean. just like a dry noodle.
Don't fuck with me! I have the power of God and it!
You know what? I've had enough talking about our guy Noodle. Let him rest in peace. No matter how hilarious and dumb our guy Noodle was, but he did have a heart. Doesn't matter if he was the worst dictator to ever exist, but still. I mean, if you get a chance to play table tennis with him, you'll never deny. I bet it, because you are a fan of the guy. And certainly, he's much more famous than your ass. So stop wasting time and do some shit. Do some real shit. And disclaimer, I'm not asking you to be a dictator with a weird mustache and bad dressing sense.
Damn, bro, you got the whole squad laughing.